Today's, for dramatic poetry readings, we have a slight deviation from our norm, and we are reading two poems from a very little-known poet. He called himself the Bard of Avon, William Shakespeare. The first comes from his play Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 1. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against the sea of troubles, and, by opposing, end them? To die, to sleep, no more, and by a sleep to say we end the heartache of 1,000 natural shocks. What flesh is heir to, 'tis a consumption. Devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with bare bodkin? Who would fardels bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life? But the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country for whom was born no traveller returns, puzzles that will and make us rather bear those ills we have, than fly to others that we know not of. Thus, conscience does not make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sickled o'er with the pale cast thought, and enterprise of great pith and moment, with regard to their currents, turn awry, and lose in the name of action. Soft you now, the fair Ophelia, nymph in thy orisons, be all my sins remembered. And from Act 5, Scene 1 of the same play, Hamlet. Alas, poor Yorick! I knew him, Horatio, a fellow of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times, and now how abhorred my image of him is. My gorge rims at it. Here hung those lips that I have kissed not how often. Where be your gibes now? Your gambols, your songs, your flashes of merriment that were wont to set the table on a roar? Not one now to mock your own grinning? Quite chapfallen. Now, get thee to my lady's chamber, and tell her, let her paint on an inch thick. For this favour she must come. Make her laugh at that. Thank you. Special thanks to Yorick, who came to visit today.